What's good, people? This is Denny from TDB, bringing you guys InBetweenIsode number 18. Okay, what do we got today? We got some Smatcha black tea. I'm hoping this is coming into view and focus and stuff. This was generously sent over to us by Smatcha, so thanks, folks, over there. And oh, excuse me, got my teaware here. Gonna heat this up a little bit, and we're gonna use all 4 grams, I think, for roughly a 100 milliliter Gaiwan. And actually, I've had this before. I had this in Colombia, and I was surprised and impressed. The only hard part is opening it. There we go. So we're going to go for this. So here's the dry leaf. There's definitely some sediment on there, so it's going to give it a quick rinse here and just kind of get all the goo. And you can see that the bubbling on the top of the liqueur there, and all these kind of small little pieces that come up here and so forth. It just kind of gets a little messy. I can even just kind of get aggressive with it. Obviously, if this is a wildly expensive tea, you don't really do that, but this is a sample NBD. Alright, so it's looking nicer than I want, actually. Let's give this a quick little just... With that technique, that little slow pour right there. The key for good Gaiwanery, for y'all who don't know, I'm sure most of you guys know, and gals, is really that little seal right there. It's got to be nice and tight. And so if it's back here, no. If it's over here, no. If it's like nice and tight right there, perfect. Alright, let's see what this smell. Dutch angle, boom! So this smells really nice. It's got hints of more of the honey baking, a little nag champa, a little incensey, perfumey, floral going on there. It's not fruity though, it's not earthy, it's not corn sweet, at least yet in terms of the smell. Really perfumey, definitely has that incense store smell, meets kind of honey sweetness. Smells really great, honestly. Not very smoky. And I'm not gonna brew this for that long, so we're gonna call that just about good. And as I've said before on the show, the black tea specifically can just be kind of fidgety in terms of brewing it for too long, using too much leaf, and it getting a little bitter. So when it comes to making a black tea, I'll show you guys how much the ratio is here. You can see that basically half of the Gaiwan, excuse me, sorry about the fog, steam, is kind of wet leaf at this point. And it was about maybe a third of dry leaf in there. The liqueur looks nice, still have some sediment in there. I don't care, you can use a screen or a filter if you want. Go for it. Give this one more smell. It smells really good. And I'd say that as an intro tea, this is going to just be a crowd pleaser by virtue of the aroma. So let's give it a taste. Cheers, guys. It's light-bodied. It's still plenty warm right now. My eyes are like, woo. But it's actually fairly light-bodied. It's not coming in super strong quite yet, but we'll get there in a second. Just the little hintest of hints of chocolate in there. I'm not tasting the nag champa. but I'm getting the aroma on that really solid. We're going to go ahead and brew this steeping for a little bit longer, but not too much longer. I don't want it to get bitter. The guy one is also heated up a little bit, so that's going to accelerate the brewing process slightly, but we also want to lengthen the brewing process just a little bit because it's our second steeping. It's our third overall soak. So we did a quick rinse, and we're going to give this another try here. Give it a smell. A little more of the Yunnan Black stuff going on in there now. It's really floral, it's really perfumey. It has sort of that woody incense vibe, but not like a ripe pu'er woody. Just think of an incense store. It's almost like, you know, smell olfactory overload. Cheers, guys. Vastly superior on the second steeping in terms of its body, flavor, and depth. Getting much more of the corn kind of Yunnan Black stuff happening in the front of it. This tea tastes a little bit minerally, maybe a little salty almost. That sort of floral essence isn't coming up as much on the flavor palette, taste palette, flavor palette as it is on the nose, but that's fine. This is definitely a nice middle road black tea, and I'd say that the aroma is almost superior to the flavor, at least right now. But it's coming through now. It's a little bit smokier. It's a little bit. It has those chocolate elements into it. I think the sweetness is definitely still erring on the side of honey sweetness. There's a little bit of corn flavor, but not the sweetness that comes with that. Sometimes with a Yunnan Black. It's nice, has a light sense of creaminess to it as well. This tastes almost like it has cream and sugar in it. It's so honey sweet and soft on your palate. There's nice depth and length in this. Strangely enough, this actually feels like kind of a cooling tea for some reason to me. And the recommendations on how they brew it here are just absolutely absurd. So I would never brew this for 2 to 3 minutes. I think it would taste pretty gross. But like this, it's really quite tasty. This is a local, Smatcha is a local tea company here. And thank you folks so much for watching. Thanks Smatcha for submitting this tea. I'd say this is a solid intro black tea. I'd give this a shot in terms of getting accustomed to some very friendly flavors. I'd say there's not too much going on here that's unique or surprising, and that's totally fine. Sometimes we bring teas on the show that are just good, and I'd say this is right smack dab in the sort of good, give it a B+ category. There's nothing off-putting about this. It's nothing too sharp. It's not that it's not showing up. It's just kind of not the most unique or striking tea that I've had in terms of my blacks. I like a little bit of a heightened smoky sense, or a little bit more of a fruity sense potentially. It depends on my mood, of course. Yeah, this is definitely a great one. Thanks Smatcha for sending it in. And for more tea-related content, check us out on tdb.org. I'm actually about to head out the door right now and go and meet up with this fool named James, who we do episodes together. We're almost on episode 100, so let us know in the comments below what we should do for episode 100. And until next time, guys, cheers.